your girl Simply Sharon with a video. Yes, I have been gone. I have not been putting videos out. I keep saying I was gonna post and then I didn't, or I did one every 4 days or whatever the case. But you guys, honestly, I just been going through some things and honestly didn't want to share it on YouTube or just on here yet, because I honestly, I don't think I realized how much I was being affected by this pandemic. And you know, it definitely puts you through a lot of changes. And you guys, I think that's what made me not want to post, because I was going through some things, and not saying I'm still not going through things, but I just wanted to have space. Anyway, so you guys, I wanted to eat because I'm so hungry. Okay, so I'm the type of person, I do like to eat sometimes my dinner for breakfast if it's, you know, if I want it. But I don't like breakfast for dinner. I'm against that. Like, I don't let my kids have breakfast for dinner. I'm not that parent. Y'all, my eyelash, I have my magnetic eyelash on, and it's just, I'm feeling off with applying it today, or it just looks weird, or one of my eyes look more open than the other. I don't know. Anyway, you guys, so this video is going to be about mental health. I'm pretty much going to talk about mental health because I really feel like it's something that's not talked about, especially in the Black community. And I do feel like we have some relatives that may suffer from different mental healths, many addictions, many things like that, that maybe we seen through our childhood, and we didn't think that there was a problem with it because we seen it at such a young age. We thought it was normal. And maybe sometimes the way we see people handle situations, and maybe sometimes the way we see, you know, just when we're kids, we're looking at everything. I just feel like today's topic is about mental health, because I honestly feel like it is not a topic. It's not something that people really express, like to go to therapy and things like that. It's mostly something that isn't really a topic majority of the time, or it's not taken seriously. Maybe one person might want to go to therapy and the other one won't, or maybe a family member might encourage you to go to therapy and the other family member is like, no, it's not. Like, what do I need therapy for? I could just, you know, drink some liquor and get over it, or smoke and get over it, or just ignore it. But mental health is real, and I think the first thing is to notice if you have it or not, or even if you start noticing anything or anything irregular about your characteristics that you don't normally act like, or maybe the way you feel when you wake up. Like, you can wake up early in the morning and have like a really bad energy, and maybe, you know, the quote is you woke up on the wrong side of the bed. But honestly, what if it's more than that? What if that is your mental health? That is something that you're dealing with. What if you're dealing with anxiety when you wake up, depression? You know, there's all types of things that we may not even know is an issue until, you know, a person blows up. So, like I said, I'm eating some spaghetti for right now it's like 11 something. I'm eating spaghetti. I cooked it. I was gonna record it, but honestly, y'all, I'm glad I didn't, because my neighbor knocked on my door and like was talking to me for a long time, y'all. I almost messed up the noodles. I almost overcooked them, but good thing I put them on low. Who doesn't like bread and spaghetti? Y'all, I remember this as a child. You pile your spaghetti. No, I did not get no napkins. But There are some people who like to just lick their hands. I actually do like to lick my hands. Um, but if it's real messy, I'll get a napkin. But mostly, I don't like napkins. Sometimes I just want to be messy. It's like if you eat what is it? Wings and your hands get all saucy. Nah, we about to lick this sauce later, or even, you know, hot things, hot Cheetos. You want to save that. Anyway, you guys, so I'm getting sidetracked because I'm so hungry. But okay, so today what I'm gonna do is I'm going to look up like maybe some questionnaires on if you feel like you possibly might be dealing with like depression or anxiety or things like that. I'm gonna look it up on my phone, and I want to take a quiz in front of everybody to see if I really legitly have some type of mental health issues. Because I really been dealing like this morning. You know, just sometimes you wake up in the morning, you don't know what the heck is going on with your emotions, and you're just like, okay, if my day starts off good, it stays good, but it's like sometimes one little thing will make me be like, oh, I gotta go take a breather. So because of these moments where I feel overwhelmed, I've been like trying to like step outside and get some fresh air and kind of come back. It can be something even as simple as like I have my 6-year-old who he sometimes doesn't appear as independent as maybe my 10-year-old was when he was 6. So a lot of the things is like, I'm gonna need you to open your eyes and look. He's that type of kid that he'll be looking for his math book, and his math book can be sitting literally right there in front of his TV. But he'll come to me. He'll look around, and then he'll come to me and be like, "Mommy, do you know where my math book is?" And I'm just like, I already know, because you know your own kid. And I'm like, we call him DJ. His name's Darren, but we call him DJ. I'm like, DJ, did you check in your room first? And he's like looking at me like, yeah. And I'm looking like, I have a feeling, because I think I remember seeing it in front of his TV. So I was like, go look in your room first. So y'all, he come back. His book is still not in his eyesight. He comes, gets me again. I go in his room. His book is right in front of his TV. And I get so frustrated that I'm like, I'm going to need you to open your eyes. I mean, and it almost makes me wonder, because they're not actually going to school, is he losing even those simple skills? Like for in class, you know, they might teach it, you know, you interact in front of people, you know, you can't just say all the time. You actually got to speak. You know, just the simple skills that you learn socially and outside of the home. So I don't know, y'all, but this boy, I'm gonna have to look up tips on how to make your child more aware, so they put more effort into looking for things. Anyway, you guys, so I think my first or second video that I made, um I was talking about weight loss, especially during this time, during the pandemic. Because y'all, I was really struggling. I had a kid. I never got my body fully back. I started gaining weight, but then I was eating a lot. I was gaining weight in the stomach area. I was getting like nice thighs, nice booty. Like I felt nice, you know. And then I started putting on dresses and realizing like, oh my gosh, this ain't cute. So I started feeling more insecure. So I started working out, and then I stopped working out. It was like an on and off thing. I had no reason for myself to work out, because normally me and my boo, before all this, we would go to the club every so often. Yeah, y'all, we still go to the club. Ain't nothing wrong with that. And we'll go together. We've never had a horrible time going to the club together. So we'll go together just to dance, have drinks, just to be around other adults. And you know, at that time, back then, I was a good size and stuff like that. So, and a good size, I'm not saying smaller is better, you know, and I'm also not saying bigger is better. I'm just saying, like, not just smaller, but healthier. So, I don't mind gaining weight. That's not my problem. My problem be like, ooh, when I put on weight, I start feeling it. Y'all, I can't do the simplest things like paint my toenails, or just a lot of things are more uncomfortable. I start sweating more. So that's what made me really realize that I am starting to feel unhealthy, because I started really feeling unhealthy, and I started gaining weight in my stomach area. That was the biggest point. Anyway, so I tried getting motivated. It didn't work. Then I was like, okay, I can't work out and still want to eat my boo food, because my boo cooks all the time, and you know, it's home cooked food, and who doesn't love home cooked food? So so um y'all, I'm thinking about this spaghetti that I just ate, so I just forgot. Anyway, so my boo cooks food, so I've been gaining weight also because of that. So what I was like, dang, I don't feel like working out. So I was like, let me just do it baby step. Let me just start eating, like making better eating choices. Like, instead of eating chips, I would munch on carrots. And I just started slowly, like, y'all, when I say slow, I mean slowly, making better healthy choices. Now, every so often, I will make a big plate, like, of spaghetti. But as far as, like, will I really go crazy? I've been trying not to go crazy. So the app that I used to use is this app called FITON, FITON, FITON. I think it's on Android and Apple. And when I first used it, it was around January. So within time, I switched phones, I think from like an Android to a Apple or something like that. And I didn't download the app. Y'all, it was crazy, because I was trying to upload videos, and I had to delete a lot of stuff and back it up and delete it. So I ended up not re-downloading it, because I wasn't even working out anymore, and I was just changing my eating. So then I recently re-downloaded the app, and because the app is already linked to my email, it asked me just to put in my weight now, and I was literally able to lose 24 pounds from January to now. So January, February, March, and April. In the 4 months, I was able to. Now, y'all, this was on and off. Now, in my chart, which I'm gonna try to put it up here, or one of these places. On my chart, it actually shows my weights fluctuation and how many times you know. So at some point, it's gapped a lot, because that's when I stopped using the app. But recently I started using it, because I mean, when you realize you start losing weight and feeling better, you start, you know, wanting to see it, wanting to see your previous weight and all this stuff. Anyway, so if y'all want to see a video of me showing you how to use the app, or maybe talking more about my weight journey, then let me know. Put it in the comments down below. Anyway, you guys, okay, so let me get to the point, because I do have other stuff I got to do today. Anyway, the primary reason why this video is based off of mental health is because I do feel like mental health runs in my family. And this is on both sides, my mom and my dad. And I feel like I did go to therapy for a year. I went to I had to do independent first, and then at the time I was dealing with someone else, and we had therapy. And you know, therapy can either do one thing. It can make you question yourself altogether. It can make you realize who you are, or sometimes you just be lost. Now, my therapist, her name was Miss, I think okay, I forgot her name. She was this black lady, um African American lady. Let me not say black. She's African American. An African American lady. She was super nice, but I did feel like um you really got to pay attention to who your therapist is, because sometimes you might feel like they're not really listening to you, or they do but they don't understand fully what you're saying, but they twist it. Anyway, y'all, it was a good and bad experience. It just made me realize for the future, if I ever did therapy, that I would really pay attention to who I'm giving. And immediately, if I feel like I'm not connecting, like maybe like 2 or 3 sessions, because y'all, you might have to pay. You want to make sure the therapist you have is actually hearing you and not just sitting there saying, okay, let's write notes. Here's your medicine. No, I want somebody to hear me. Anyway, y'all, we're going to get into this video because my boo gave me his phone to use. So, I want to hurry up and give it back to him at some point, just in case anybody calls him or whatever. All right, so we're gonna look for like Q&A questions to see if, okay, first I want to see if I actually have anxiety. So let's see. And y'all know when you go online, you can specify if you want to find a quiz for your particular situation, like if you're a mom with kids, or I don't know. Okay, so they have a "Are you anxious free anxiety quiz?" All right, so we're gonna just pick the first one because normally the first one is like the best one. Okay, so we're probably gonna, so this website that I'm using is called Mind Diagnostic. I'm gonna show you guys, hopefully you guys can see it. So this was actually the first thing that came up when I was I actually picked for 30-year-olds. I don't know why, I just wanted to be specific. So they actually have a list of things. They have for depression, anxiety, adult ADHD, PTSD, eating disorder, borderline personality disorder, gambling addiction, mania, narcissistic personality disorder, postpartum depression, sex addiction, video game addiction, internet addiction, job burnout, toxic workplace, panic disorder, obsessive compulsive disorder, which is OCD, male sexual dysfunction, female aggression, male aggression, bipolar disorder, female sexual dysfunction, social anxiety disorder, hoarding disorder, psychosis, complicated grief, dissociative identity disorder, schizophrenia, stress, separation anxiety, somatic. Okay, y'all, this list, okay, it was about to end, but this list is long. All right, so we're going to start the anxiety one because I do feel like I do have a lot of anxiety, especially now because I have not been out in the world. Like, you know, you do something all the time, it becomes normal, you become comfortable with it. But when you start to pull away and become, there's a word for it. When it's kind of like antisocial, y'all know the word, when you start to become antisocial and almost like you're okay with not being around a group of people or even interacting like that. Anyway, y'all, so we're gonna look up depression. I mean, not depression. I also want to take that test also because I did have a baby, even though it's almost 2 years. Sometimes those feelings or the change, like there's so many changes that go through your body when you have a baby and even after you have the baby, because your body is still trying to get healthy. Sometimes your hormones level are off, your thyroids can act up. Like there's so many things that pregnancy can trigger even after. So I guess that's why they say like you have to really pay attention to your body, especially after, because that baby been eating all your food. You been the hungry one. Okay. So the cool thing about this is they actually have like an agreement thing, and you kind of read it and they want to make sure you're of age. So mine's is for 18 and older. They also have a little message. So I'm going to say I agree. So this is a question it asks. Thinking about the past 2 weeks, to what extent have you found the following things a problem? And then it wants me to continue. So it has a step 1 of 7 to see if I have anxiety issues. So this is going to be the first question. I've been unable to stay in one place, like sitting down for any length of time. So, okay. So I think I mentioned this before in maybe like 2 videos ago that ever since I can remember, I've always been really like not being able to just relax. Well, I relax, but most of the time, like when I wake up in the morning, I go clean, I start folding. If I have free time, I'll fold. Like I'm literally trying to create something for every second. And then I pick like a little bit of time where I'm exhausted. But mostly that's where it gets to, like to where I'm like, okay, I'm just too tired. I'm going to stop. So I'm going to say lately, but then also I've been super tired. Like I've been tired sometimes to where I think like I overworked my body. So I'll say some of the time. I'll just say some of the time. I've been very concerned about several things at one time. Now, I think a lot of people are concerned about a lot of things, especially at this time. So I would say much of the time, yes, because right now, even though a lot of things are opening up and things like that, we're still living in that moment of where taking the risk, it almost feels risky. Even like I went to the park recently and I noticed at the park that no one was wearing masks. And it was almost like, okay, I didn't hear that masks were not like that we could just remove them. I mean, I'm still hearing about deaths. I'm still hearing about things. So, and then how they just had to pull a certain vaccine off. So it's so crazy to me how at the park you guys, this park was super crowded. The parks have been super crowded lately. And I think because everybody's trying to get out during the weekend. And during the weekday, I noticed the parks are empty. So I don't know. I think I'm going to try to have my kids go in between times during school to kind of get some fresh air, but not take that risk. Because I don't think I'm ready to take that risk yet. And I'm not judging those who feel it's the time to start removing their mask. Because if certain places are approving it, then I guess it's approved. But I'm definitely not comfortable with that yet. Okay, so it says the next question is, I've been agitated, tense, or skittish. Now, I was just talking to my boyfriend today because I do feel like I've been very antsy, is what I call it, or like I guess I have been agitated, tense. I don't know about skittish, but I have been more like agitated and tense, and I feel like I'm home even more. My kids are home even more. You know, things are messier. A lot of more questions are being asked. Like, you know, as a parent, your kids are going to come to you at least 100 times a day. And sometimes when they're at school, you just feel like you have that moment to breathe. You have that moment to really get what you need done without distraction. Or before all this happened, you know, I still have my youngest son, but, you know, he's like a baby. He plays with his toys. He wants to cuddle. You know, it's not so much as sometimes I feel like my middle child asks a lot, you know. So I'm gonna say some of the time I am agitated, and then sometimes I'm really goofy. We play video games together. Like I just want to have fun. Next question. I've been unable to feel calm or relaxed. Now, I'm not going to say that's 100% true because I have had my calm moments and relaxed moments, especially when I'm able to vent, especially when I go outside. Me and my boyfriend will sit outside and the kids are all busy, occupado. and we'll sit outside and I'll pretty much vent, and he'll help me get over how I'm feeling. So I would say some of the time. I've struggled to control feelings of anxiety, agitation, or fear. Now, I know there has been certain times during this time that I have woke up in the morning and just felt overwhelmed, and maybe I stepped outside and just had to cry. And I think sometimes it's just what we got to do. And I really couldn't even, when my boyfriend came outside to kind of see what's going on, I kind of just told him, like, I just feel overwhelmed. I just feel, I just feel out of place. Like I said before, I used to be very active, always on, like, always got something going on, and now it's definitely changed. So it's definitely a struggle. And that's why I haven't been posting videos. I've been trying to just cope with still being in this pandemic. And just, I think a lot of people may be coming to their breaking points. Okay, so y'all, I'm getting into detail, but I'm trying to answer the question, but there's only 7 questions, so I really want to get into depth of how I feel and explain exactly why I haven't been posting and things like that. And to kind of make more people aware of their own feelings internally, and then what you're giving off. Like, I know as a parent, I don't want my kids to always think I'm angry or always think that I'm in a bad mood, or, oh, let's not ask her this, or feel like they're on eggshells. I want my kids to come to me even when I'm looking crazy or whatever. I want them to still know that I'm going to be there. So, I noticed that within myself, that I need to sometimes take a second and really calm myself down and realize, I probably used to not be able to find stuff myself. I probably used to catch an attitude with my mom. I probably used to get in fights with my siblings and stuff like that, which agitated, my mom's, or they doing the same things I probably used to do, or some kid used to do. So, I'm just learning I need to be more patient, and I need to understand that this is just right now. This is not forever. These feelings will not feel forever. This pandemic will not be forever, and the greatest thing about this, I think, is that a lot of people are noticing how strong their relationships are. A lot of people, and this is not just couples. I'm saying in general, because you have to have the strength to even go through all this. I mean, who can really be in solitude? Like, y'all, we gotta pat ourselves on the back, because we had to really deal with being in solitude. This is a place where there's a lot of stuff to do. We got beaches, we got out in LA, all that stuff over there. We got places to go, and to not be able to go to these places, you would think it would drive everyone ballistic. But everybody needs to pat themselves on the back, because we are making it through. And that's the best part about it. Even though I'm feeling like sometimes I'm having a breakdown, at the end of the day, this is going to be over. And this is going to be a story that we can just talk about later. Like, how the heck did we even do this? Anyway, y'all, so the next question was, I've struggled to control feelings of anxiety, agitation, or fear. So I'm going to say some of the time, because I do deal with those issues. The next question is, I felt bad-tempered, irritable, or moody. So they're asking me the same questions, just in different ways. So I don't know if they don't know that people are aware of that, but I feel like they're asking me the same question. I've felt bad-tempered, irritable, or moody. So it has the option of never, some of the time, much of the time, or nearly all the time. I'm going to say sometimes I feel irritable and moody. Last question, y'all, is I've been afraid or panicky about bad things that might happen to myself or others. Okay, so I don't feel like I'm like that at all. Or it's not a lot. It's like a small percentage. Especially, okay, y'all, if y'all watch a lot of criminal shows, documentaries on criminals and all this crazy stuff, you know you grow some type of paranoia of people's true intentions. So you start to even think like, what if this person is crazy? Let me not push this person's button. What if this person this? I'm that type of person. I speculate a lot, and even the crazy documentaries I've seen and crazy, criminal killers, like serial killer interviews that I've seen, I don't put nothing past nothing. So, but it's not in a way to where I feel like, oh my gosh, if my kid and goes over somebody's house, somebody's gonna steal him. Like if he goes over his auntie's house, or I'm not crazy like that. I'm not gonna assume the worst. So I'm gonna say, I can't say never, because I have thought about it sometime. Like, say if he's driving with somebody, I might think like, oh, I hope they're driving right, or you just don't want to hope nothing on nothing. So I'm gonna say some, but really it's like slim. So they said, would you like a copy of the results sent to your email? I'm going to skip that because I'm literally about to view it right now. I feel like if I give them my email, they're going to start sending me all type of emails, and I don't want that. So this is my score, guys. So they say I have an 8. So I'm going to read the results and let you guys know what that means, because I don't even know what that means. So it says your anxiety test results. Your result is I have a mild anxiety. It says I have 8 out of 21. Your results indicate that you may be experiencing symptoms of mild anxiety. So these are like the score ratings. I'm just going to tell you guys, and then I'll let you guys know where I fall. Well, you guys will hear it. 0 to 4 rating means a minimal anxiety. 5 to 9 is a mild anxiety. That's what I have. 10 to 14 is a moderate anxiety, and 15 to 21 is a severe anxiety. So they also give you, like, if you want to chat with somebody who's a licensed counselor, obviously they might charge because that's what they normally do. They also refer you to they actually refer you to a lot of resources. So they're basically telling me, while your symptoms are not likely to be having a major impact on your life, it is important to monitor them. These results do not mean that you have anxiety, but it may be time to start a conversation with a mental health professional. Finding the right treatment plan and working with a healthcare provider can help you feel more like you again. The anxiety symptoms you're experiencing may also be complicated by other mental health issues. We recommend you also take the test for depression, panic disorder, and social anxiety disorder. So they're referring me to my other tests that I should take. Now I'm going to tell you guys the test that I'm going to take and the test that I'm not going to take, and I'm going to explain why. So they said I should take okay, I'm losing where I had it. Okay, so they're saying I should take a test for depression. I do agree with that. I do think that depression also can coincide with pregnancy. I was going through a lot during my pregnancy, and I think that could have led to depression, or something that maybe made me chemical imbalanced. So I'm definitely going to take that test. And then the panic disorder, I don't think I'm panicky. I think I can control my feelings and emotions when I need to. It's only when when somebody really do something really crazy, or I don't know, somebody catch me on the wrong day. I don't know, y'all, but majority of the time I am reasonable. I'm not going to do social anxiety disorder because even though I don't like to be around people right now, if I had to, like, I think I recently had to, I don't remember when. Oh, like that day, I still had to go to a park. I went to a different park that was less crowded, and we were secluded. We were playing basketball. So I wasn't really against being around people. It was just, especially right now. Okay, so what we're gonna do is, to finish off this video, we're gonna take one more test, and this test is on depression. So we're gonna take this test because I do feel like depression is something that a lot of people have, and they don't even notice they have it. And sometimes it's seen as if you're really like mentally messed up just because you are diagnosed with something like depression, anxiety, schizophrenia, anything that is in the medical books, you know. And sometimes people think you got your screws loose, and really it's not. Sometimes there's people who can control it more, there's people who can't. There's some people who need medicine to control it, there's some people who just need to change their life, change their habits, change the people around them, you know. Anyway, so we're going to do the depression test, and then we're going to end this video because I got a couple other things to do. Thinking about the past 2 weeks, to what extent have you found the following things a problem? So this is a 1 through 9 question. So it says difficulty focusing on everyday tasks. So I actually don't have a difficulty, but I'm still gonna say sometimes, because sometimes I'm at an overload. I have too many things on my list, so it is difficult at times. Next question, finding no joy in life or feeling like you never will again. Now that I definitely cannot agree with, because I do have joy in my life. I have all my kids, I have my boyfriend, I have my family that are still alive. You know, I'm not dealing with any true trauma to where I can't be happy in my life. I just think in certain parts of my life, I do need to set boundaries. In certain parts of my life, I do feel like I need to zoom in and focus, and then primarily focus on me and trying to make myself better, because I can't really be better if I can't even acknowledge that something might be wrong. Alrighty. And you guys, it does feel like, I know for the longest I felt like it was taboo even to go to the doctors for something as simple as, you know, say if you're sick for 2 days or 3 days. You know, as a parent, sometimes you get in this mode where you're like, no, I'm good. Like it's already too much to when I have to take my kids to the doctors, you know, but they're kids. Of course I'm going to take them. They can't handle, you know, a sniffly nose or like a sore throat. I'm an adult. You know, we try to pull through it. And sometimes we just need to get checked out just to make sure we're healthy. And I am definitely going to work on that, because my pregnancy is what made me be like, oh, hell no, I'm not going up to this doctor again. And if you guys want to hear about my pregnancy, well, actually, I think I might put that in my next video. I might, unless you guys requested before I think of another one. Yeah, I think I'm gonna put that in my next video about my pregnancy experience with my last child, or maybe all of them. Anyway, so the question was finding no joy. So I actually find joy in my life. So I don't feel like I have no reason to live or anything like that. So I'm definitely gonna put never. Next question, being lethargic or having no energy. So I definitely don't think I ever run out of energy. I feel like I'm like what is the battery rabbit that keeps going and going and going and going, and even when I should be tired, I'm still like, no, I need to go, you know. It says eating too much or too little. So I have dealt with that. So that I'm going to put some of the time, because I have dealt with issues where I wasn't craving foods. Like I couldn't, like food was not fun to me at some point in my life. And that's when I was skinnier. And when I be at my happiest is when I'm bigger, when I'm stressing. Sometimes I do stress eat, where I will eat less when I'm stressing, and I'll eat more when I'm happy and there's nothing stressful. So I guess I'm healthy, y'all, because I look like I've been eating, right? But that's a joke. But all seriousness, I do know that I do need to figure out what is stopping me from being able to control my feelings and not be so emotional. Like, y'all, I mean, wake up crying for no reason. So this doesn't happen a lot, but like I said, it happened this morning where I woke up and kind of my feelings, I think I was just overwhelmed by everything, just overwhelmed by having to do everything the same way. You know, I need to change up. I was telling my boyfriend today, I was like, we need to change up. We need to like start doing different stuff and start having time to watch our shows. Like, we have separate shows and we have shows we watch together. So normally I watch my separate shows at times and he'll watch his. So lately we kind of been watching them together all the time, and I haven't been watching mine. So I need to get back into like my stuff that I enjoy also. And there is nothing wrong with that, and he understands, and I love that he understands. So it's asked, being full of nervous energy or moving much less than usual. I would say never, because I don't feel nervous. You know, I don't feel like it's my first day of school and am I gonna make friends or not. I don't feel like that. I just feel like just everything right now is sometimes overwhelming, and sometimes doing the same thing every day is boring. And y'all, I will eat some cold spaghetti. Next question. I know some of y'all might be irritated I keep using my hand, but shoot, I'm in my house. Oversleeping or struggling to get to sleep. So there was a point where I was waking up every day at a certain time in the morning, and y'all, this time, like when I used to wake up at that time, I actually enjoyed it because I had enough time to clean, I had enough time to do whatever I wanted to do before everybody woke up. But I think at some point it started feeling like a routine, and then I wasn't never getting my real sleep. Like I needed more sleep. So now it's like my body is like, girl, you need to go to sleep. You need to sleep longer. So I'm working on that. So I really don't oversleep or struggle to get to sleep, because by the end of the night, y'all, I'd be tired. So I'll say that's a never. Next question, being harsh on yourself or overly self-critical. I do feel like sometimes I am overly self-critical. Like sometimes I have a hard time relaxing because I'll feel like, oh, I still have something to do. You know, as a parent, your list never ends. You always have something to do. So I'll say some of the time I'm critical and harsh. Next question, feeling low or under a cloud. Sometimes I do feel like just sad, or just, you know, sometimes I think about things and it does make me sad, but I try not to go into that sad place because, you know, like once you start thinking about everything that maybe hurts you or hurt you in the past, you start bawling out in tears, and I do not feel like doing that. So I'm gonna save that for a rainy day. So I feel like sometimes I feel under the cloud, but majority of the time, no. Last question, and this will be the last question to end the video. Considering harming yourself or committing suicide. So, you know, there is a lot of stressful things as an adult. And even as a teenager, there were a lot of stressful things. But I feel like through it all, I would never commit suicide. And I'm not saying that anyone who commits suicide is, you know, I'm not speaking on that at all. What I'm speaking on is personally myself. I could not do it because I could not have my kids live without me. I could not imagine putting them through anything like that. So that's definitely a no, because for me, my kids are my reason. Like I can't wait to see them grown and, you know, knowing that I did that. Like, shoot, every time I thought maybe I didn't do something right, they proven to me through their growth that I'm doing something right. So, you know, you ever been called like a bad parent before, or you ever had people just try to low blow you for no reason when they know you're a great parent? And, you know, I've had that happen. I definitely had a neighbor in the past try to just be really mean for no reason. And you know, I have a hard exterior, but I still got emotions. You know, I may not cry a lot, but things still affect me. But I would definitely never commit suicide. I would never do that ever. My kids are the reason why I breathe each day. They're the reason why I wake up. They're the reason why I would never say yes to that question. So that would be a never. So I don't want the stuff sent to my email. Like I said, I don't want they spam. So they said your depression test results. So I'm going to show you guys so you guys can also see for yourself. I got a 4. Oh, they got their little pop-up stuff. So it says your results are very low risk. I'm at a 4 out of 27. Your results indicate that you have none or very few symptoms of depression. They also have other options here. So I'm going to read it's like their recommendation, things like that. They said, if you notice that your symptoms aren't improving, you may want to bring them up with your doctor or someone who is supporting you. This screen is not meant to be a diagnosis or the elimination of a diagnosis. Only a trained medical or mental health professional can diagnose depression. So basically what they're saying is, you know, this is just an idea or an inkling. If you feel that you are in a different space and it feels negative, then maybe you should look into what it possibly is. So what I'm going to do today, because I feel like I really want to find a way to really build up my patience and not letting it feel like it's overwhelming. So I think my first step, because it's hard to take care of you when you have kids, y'all. I know it sounds crazy, okay? And people always say, well, you made them kids. You don't know how much of you is in your kids and how much you don't have you. Like, you've lost yourself in your kids, you know, because you're used to your kids. And then when they're in their own little world, you're still doing stuff. You're still folding their clothes and da-da-da. And you're not really thinking of what you need to do for you sometimes. You just robotic all the time. So, I'm acknowledging that I do need to look into trying to figure out what's going to help me have more positivity as far as my mentality. So I think my first step, because I don't at this point, I don't want therapy yet, because I want to see if I can try it myself first. But I think what I'm going to do is look for an app, and if anyone has any good apps that are good for positivity and creating a positive environment in your own home, to where certain things like that, you won't let even your kid bugging you every 5 minutes, you won't let that make you feel like you're overwhelmed. So I'm going to look into some apps that may be, for, you know, help build me. Anyway, you guys, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I actually enjoyed this video. I felt like I really was venting. I really feel good. I feel more positive than I feel when I woke up. And I wanted to show you guys also, look, I will show you guys, besides my shirt, my cool shirt, y'all. If y'all know the 90s, y'all know all these characters. But I also braided my hair yesterday. Y'all, I was like, I'm about to just go long. So I'm going to show you how long I went. If you look, I'm going to try to show y'all without nothing falling. Okay, so this hair is actually super long. Ugh. Yes, I was like, I'm so tired of looking bummish. I was like, I'm going to do my hair. And yes, it's long, but I love it, especially right now. So this is some hair I bought from Amazon. So this is old hair. It's all old hair I bought from Amazon. Amazon, you can normally buy like I think it's like a $20, $25 big old thing of hair, and their hair actually feels soft. Yeah, it actually feels pretty good, and I love the color. So anyway, you guys, I'm so glad I posted a video today. I have been feeling, you know, just not myself lately. So I really just wanted to take the time to kind of figure out what's going on. I didn't want to just be on YouTube posting stuff and I'm really dealing with other stuff. Anyway, guys, so I hope you guys enjoyed this video, because I enjoyed it. I really did. I really enjoyed it. I felt like this video was very proactive. I hope it really helps somebody who maybe feels this way and doesn't know what it is, or maybe brushes it off and you know, might think, oh no, I'm tripping. It's like, no, you might be really going through something, and why not try to figure it out or acknowledge it before you implode? Because y'all, I'm not gonna lie, I did implode. I did have a moment of like, I was just going crazy, or not even going crazy like that, but I just emotionally felt like I needed to, I left the apartment, I went for a drive, I sat at the park, and I kind of just zoned in and kind of just listened to music and let myself just calm myself down. So some people might not put their business on blast, that they, might not be feeling mentally stable, but you know what, okay, so I am taking not mental health. I'm taking um I forgot the word. It's you guys, I brought this up before. Okay, I'm going to school right now, and I am going for um human services. I'm going for human services. And I had to do an assignment yesterday, and in the assignment it was talking about like alcoholism or like addiction and things like that. And it was saying pretty much how the AAA started, and it was talking about how the AAA started originally as a book of people who had problems with alcohol, and they created this book to help other people, but they wanted to be anonymous. So then within this book, next thing you know, there was conversation between two men, and these two men is really what started the group, because people started understanding that the only way to cure alcoholism is to pretty much, like, they pretty much said this doctor named Dr. Opinion wrote an article basically saying that the only way to cure alcoholism is to be in the group setting, and for them to be around other people who are dealing with the same issues. So that's pretty much how the AAA started. And then it was all this other stuff. Like, they didn't want to be public yet. Like, they didn't want everybody to know. It was all this secretive. They wanted to keep the anonymous side. That was very important to them. Anyway, you guys, that was my assignment. So I think that's what really made me like really start thinking about, okay, is my mental health okay? Do I need to check myself? Do I need to calm down? Yes. Do I need to take a step? Sometimes you need to do it, and it's okay to do it and acknowledge it, and to realize that we are all human. We are all going through something right now, and nobody is going to be perfect right now. Nobody. So you guys, I just wanted to let my guard down for a second and let you guys know that, I don't have a problem with sharing my struggles, and I hope that it helps somebody, even if it's one person. If it's two, that's even better. But I just want everybody to know it is okay. We all gonna make it through. Anyway, you guys, so I'm gonna finish this video. I'm gonna upload it and do all that stuff and so forth. I hope you guys enjoy watching this video. I hope you guys like my hair. Y'all, this took 1 day. Normally it takes me longer. I must have really been trying to get myself together. But you guys, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. This is your girl, Simply Sharon. If you could click the like, comment, and subscribe button, and you can get the next notification of the next video, so you can find if you like it. If you don't like it, that is fine. But at least you'll know when the next video will come out. All right, you guys, I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.